Hey guys, welcome to my first. Is this my first? Welcome to a bookish vlog. This is going to go up on a Monday where I typically post book content. So I want to do a bookish vlog, a day in the life of a bookish vlog. That doesn't even make sense. Day in the life as a reader, bookstagrammer. I don't know what I'm going to call this series, or it's not really a series. Anywho, hey guys, my name is Shamoya and welcome to a bookish vlog. Yeah, so I decided to make this a bookish vlog because there's a couple things I'm going to be doing today. Um, so I have a couple reviews to get done. I have to update my reading journal. I need to stamp or whatever the word is for it. I think it's like, what is the word for it? It's not stamping your books, but it's like, I don't remember the name for it, but if you guys recall, I have a stamp for my books. So I do need to take them all down and get them stamped. Um, so I want to do that today because I want to clean the bookshelf. I want to rearrange the books and I want to get that done before I buy more books. If you're new here, I primarily read Black romance. I'm dipping into psychological thriller, but still by Black authors, of course. I've read 100 books, and I just recently hit my 1 year of reading. Today is April 17th. A year ago, this time I was reading This Could Be a No. I was reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. That was my very first romance read. Took me a while to finish it, but that was the book that kickstarted my reading journey. And that as that blossomed, I can't talk. That blossomed into me being into reading books as well as reviewing, doing videos, and now I have a bookstagram. So I didn't want to create a new YouTube to say booktube account because I just feel like it's just too much work. I'm already like overwhelmed because I do beauty, hair, all the things. But I will be posting bookish content on Mondays because I feel like Mondays are usually my self care related videos, and reading is part of self care. So whenever I do bookish content, it will go up on a Monday. I love to do my reading wrap ups to show what I read for the month, and I like to show when I plan for the month. So this is like a third type of bookish content. And then whenever I have book hauls, that will probably make another type of content, but that's mostly what I'll do. I won't be posting like individual reviews on here, but if you want to see bookish reviews, the best place to catch me is on my Bookstagram or on my TikTok. I don't know how long TikTok is going to be around for, but usually when I read, I like to do a little 2 minute review and post it on my platforms. So that is also what I'm going to be doing today. I need to review my last two books or so. So reviews, update my journal and my bookshelf, and also read. So yeah, spend the day with me while I just read and vibe out. So let's start with updating my reading journal a little bit. So let me show you guys what's going on my iPad real fast. All right, so I am at my desk. I am actually in my Goodreads right now. I love Goodreads. I've hit 101 books. I'm pretty caught up on all my reviews on Goodreads. I just need to review The Offer, which was the last book that I read. And currently, this one needs to be taken out till I decide to read it again. Let me see if I can remove it. Okay. I'm trying to remove it. Okay, I don't even think you guys can see, but I'm pretty up to date with all my reviews. I'm currently in the middle of three books. So I am currently reading The Devoted Husband. It is a psychological thriller. I read book one. When did I read it? Last month? I think I read it last month. But this is like book two. And then I'm listening to the Love Radio on Audible or on audiobook. And then I'm also reading The Opportunity, which is book three in this series. So I'm in the middle of three books right now. Um, let's pull up my reading journal real fast so I can show you guys what is happening in my reading journal. Which way I need to go? This way. So let's go to. Okay, so I started the month with The Oath, The Loyal Wife. I thought I finished that in. I don't know why I thought I finished that in last month, but I think I finished it this month. Yeah, I read it from the 4th to the 6th. Okay. So I've already read one, two, three. Hold on. I need to. I know I'm rambling a little bit. Give me 1 second. April. Okay, so I need to update my tracker, which tracks the books that I read. And then I need to update this, which is how I keep track of all the books that I read. So let's just update that real fast before I'm gonna go read for like an hour and then I'll come back and do something else. So started the month with The Oath, then I read The Loyal Wife, then I read Brown Sugar, and then I read Go Deep. And after that I read Sinful Vow, which is a mafia romance. Um I gotta get the book cover, so I'm gonna split with Safari and find the book cover for that one. Um, yeah, Sinful Vow. I'm just gonna drag and drop, and then I'm gonna go over here and get the offer, and that is all the books that I've read this month. So let's resize. So today's the 17th, and I've already read like 5 books, but some of them are on the shorter side. Um, oops, I hate when it does that. I don't like for it to cut off the name of the author. Okay. So I've read 6 books. So that is pretty good actually. When I say some of them are short, I think the first book was 2 something pages, and then I read um trying to resize it. Okay. So yeah, this was like 200 and something pages. The Loyal Wife was again somewhere around 200 pages. Let me see how many pages this one was. It was, yeah, 288 pages. Brown Sugar was a short read under 100 pages. Go Deep was, I think, maybe 100 and something pages. Let's see. That one was 131. And then Sinful Vow was a full read, but I think it was also under 300 pages. Yeah, 268. And then the offer was also shorter. So all the reads that I'm reading right now are shorter, which is why I'm going through them faster. And then that's that. So I'm currently reading 3 more right now. So once I finish those will go there. Going back over here, I'm probably gonna have to split it again so I can get the covers again to get them onto this page. Oops. Grab that. grab that. What else is missing over here? Brown sugared. Did I already add Go Deep? Yeah. Yeah. So same thing here. This one I like to use to track from when to when did I read the book. So going back, I added Go Deep, which I read in like one day. Sinful Vow I read from the 10th to the 11th, and then um, the Offer I read from the 12th to the 14th. So I like to put the picture maybe on the first day that I read it, which this one is on the 12th. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Make it a little smaller. Then I'll just grab a highlighter and highlight. I read it from the 12th to the 14th. And then what did I read? Sinful Vow on the 10th to the 11th. So I'm just going to resize that, put it on the 10th. And that one is more, get a gold color-ish and put it from there to there. And that's it. My tracker is updated with all the books that I read. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is updated. I still never even did my monthly wrap up over here, but that is updated. And then what else I need to update? For the book covers here, I've already updated everything except the one I'm reading now. So again, I'm going to split the view, open Google, and grab the book cover. Oops, I think I went too far. The Offer. Hello. So I'm just going to put the book cover in that spot. This one is more like your entire library. So it's continuous of all the books I've read for the year. And then one more thing. Oops, that is not where I wanted to go. Oops. I think I'm on like page 9, maybe 10. Yeah. Did I already add it? Oh, I already added this one. So this one is more like my review library, which I need to update a lot. So what I'm doing with this one is putting the book and what the book is about and the details on the book. I'm not putting my review here, but if you wanted to, you can. And then when you go into, I did this one, then you get to see my review. So this I'm behind on again, but this is one of my latest review that I did recently. This was the Sinful Vow book. This is a mafia romance. The female is a mafia princess and she is also an assassin, and then the male is also a part of the mafia and he's set to take over his organization. So he's trying to, families come together. That's how the mafia works. But what I did appreciate was that the author had like images that represent the book on Pinterest. So it was easy for me to just go on Pinterest and find a couple things about the book. For example, this little chart explain the delegation, which is like the mafia breakdown. So these were the different families. So the male was a Blanchi and the female was a Moretti, I think, or did I flip them? No, I think her name was Lucia Moretti and the male is Blanchi. So these are all the families. I think maybe, okay, yeah, yeah. So Sinful Vow, and so these are the two that I read about, and this family will be in the next book. So that explained the families. So it's 6 different families. They did go on a plane ride together. That was one of their first, like, he said, "Take a ride with me," and next thing you know, she's going on a plane. She's like, seriously. This picture represent the assassin. She got married. It was an arranged marriage or like marriage of convenience. So she wore a red dress. Her nickname is Scarlet, and I found this Scarlet name online. This represent kind of like, I think, the casino. The male owns a casino, so that's that. This is like him in his apartment looking out. I love images like that where it's not a specific face, it's just represent what the character is about. Another image of him but without his face. Like I don't need his face. I just want something that represent him. So his name was Enzo Bianchi, and then her name was Lucia Moretti. So that image kind of represent her. They're supposed to be Italian mafia, but basically they were like one of, they're like black, um, mixed race, and they weren't accepted into the Italian family because they were black. So this picture I think did a pretty good job of like representing her because it looks like someone who is like half black. Really, really good. I enjoyed it. Um, this quote says, "This marriage was meant to be name only, to secure more power between our families, to be," and she's like, "to be feeling something, whatever this is, before we say I do was not normal." So I love those type of romance where it's like, oh, we're just arranging, and no, they fall in love. So yeah, this was my last spread. I need to update a lot of spreads. I started doing this one for the oath. I just need to find some more images to represent that, and I also need to finish updating the quotes. But yeah, I'm behind on that. So that is it for now. I'm gonna go read for a little bit and just, so that's it for now. I'm gonna go read for a little bit and then I'll check back in um when I go to do the bookshelf. I think I'm gonna read, then do the bookshelf. Hey y'all, so I've been reading now for on and off for like 2 hours. I was gonna stop here and do the bookshelf, but I'm also like uh 70 pages from being done with this book, and I'm thinking I want to just finish it because the suspense of it all is keeping me really entertained. So, so I think I told you guys earlier, this is, I'm reading the psychological thriller. Look at my cat. Called the The Devoted Husband. This is a psychological thriller. Um, Book one was The Loyal Wife, and there was a lot of twists and turns and unaliving and things happening in book one. So now I want to see what's going to happen in book two. But let me tell you, the plot twist is taking me out right now. So, yeah, I think I just want to finish this real fast. I have a slight headache, so I might pause and rest my eyes for a little bit, but for the most part, I'm like, I just want to finish this. So it is kind of a murder mystery type book. Um, in book one, there were a couple unaliving by the by the FMC, and one by the MMC. So now there's this detective that's trying to solve the murder, but at the same time, he has some secrets of his own. So, and he's off the rockets right now trying to solve this murder by any means necessary. So he's doing some things that are just as illegal as well. So, um, yeah, this is definitely keeping my attention because of just when you think you figured it out, because a couple things come to light. The detective being bad was not part of what I envisioned. So, yeah, I think I'm going to try to finish this. If I can stay focused, I think I can finish it. This doesn't tell me how long I have. I wish it did. I'm going to see. I don't think it does. I didn't even know this can read aloud too. You're shaking the camera, sir. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys an update on me getting to the bookshelf and getting to the next book, but I think I just want to finish this. Yeah. Hey y'all, it is 2 days later. I know the last time I talked to you guys, I said I was gonna take the books down and stamp them. That was a lie. That day when I was doing my reading vlog, I had the worst headache. I think I may have mentioned it earlier in the vlog, but I had the worst headache. And by the time I finished reading not the Loyal, by the time I finished reading The Devoted Husband, I finally got done with that book. It was really, really good. It's not the most thrilling thriller you will ever read, but I feel like this is a beginner friendly psychological thriller. It was one of those where husband and wife were crazy, but at the same time, there were other people around them that was way more unhinged. So in the end, it feels like the husband and wife were the victims. It is crazy. But I finally made it through that thriller. And what else? After that, I had a headache and I just kind of just in and out till I fell asleep. The next day, I finished listening to The Love Radio by Ebony Liddell. I think her name is. She was on my list of authors that I want to read before I go to the Black Romance Book Festival. So let me go ahead and check her off my list. Out of my list of, I need to remove A.E. Valdez because technically I've already read two books by her, but I was hoping to read one more, but I'm going to take her off for now. So out of my list, I've already read three authors. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 authors on the list that I hope to read before I go to Black Romance Book Festival. Oh, also, I went and upgraded my phone to the iPhone 16. That's another thing we did yesterday. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max. I got the magnetic case. So far, so good. It's a little bigger than my last phone, but we spent most of yesterday. After I listened to the audiobook, I went and upgraded my phone. But back to the audiobook. This was a YA romance. I think both to the audiobook. This was a YA romance. I think they're both 17 or 18 years old. This follows a young girl. She is aspiring writer. She's in high school. They're at the end of high school because I think they're applying for college and all the good things. Something happened to her a while back that make her not trust boys or even want to be in a relationship. Plus, I know her parents were still together, still married, and all that stuff, but something happened to her at school where one of her friends was involved, and she's mad at that friend and also trying to process what happened to her. So she's not very like open. And then there's this guy, he's a radio host slash, of course, ending high school as well. He's taking care of his mom, and he's liked her since middle school. So he runs into her and he's, trying to talk to her, and he's determined to kind of win her over. Really, 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 really sweet, young, two young people falling in love with each other, and of course, dealing with their separate issues. But I actually love that story a lot. And for audiobook, I gave it 5 stars. I think it was well written. I love the old school music DJ type vibe. Their love for books and library and their little dates. They went on different dates, like a skating ring date, different things. But overall, I thought the story was really, really good. I gave it 5 stars. So I listened to that, and like I said, I went and upgraded my phone. So I finished 2 books this weekend. I thought I was gonna read 5 books, but between cleaning and stuff, I did not. Um, but now I'm trying to finish this third book, and hopefully I can get it done, and then see what else I can read. Actually, I read my first Asia Money too, so I've read 4 books off this list. Yeah. So yeah, that is that. So let's do the bookshelf. So I'm gonna show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing, but I'm probably going to not kill my battery and do too much. But let's see. All right, you guys can hear me. Yes, you can. And I'm gonna move the light over here. Ooh. See. All right, can you guys see? All right, so that is, I'm just going to take all the books down and I'm literally going to put them here on the couch. Go ahead and stamp them. Here's my little embodder that my friend gifted me. So I just want to go ahead and stamp all the books, fix them so that I can get caught up on that. So let me do a intro for, you guys can see me. Yeah. Hello, guys. I finally finished my bookshelf. I rearranged the books. This is what I have right now. I think going forward, I'm going to organize them by author. Um, as I go to these book events and get more books from each author, this is going to be changing and adjusting. But right now, I kind of spread them out a little bit. So, like starting here, I got my Kennedy Ryans. So I'm missing one more book from the top and one more book from the bottom. So when I put the other bottom book, it's going to raise this a little bit. And there's other Kennedy Ryan books that I might get in the future. But right now, those are the five books that I have from Kennedy Ryan. I have some Brianne Denne's, all three here. I have No Ordinary Love because the cover is just so vibrant and so pretty. One Lauren Lacey. I have a couple more coming from the Black Romance Book Fest, only for the week. And Rhythms Blues. Down here, I have Losing Sight by Tati Richardson. I haven't read that yet. I've read Sunshine with You, but I haven't read the pink one. I Love Like the Sun. I plan to read that maybe in June. I'm going to say in June based on the time that I have. This and then Life Was Beautiful. I think I'm going to take this one with me to Black Romance Book Fest. So, yeah, I'm going to be reading that. It's just giving spring with the flowers. I know the story's deep, but the book is giving spring. A.E. Valdez, I have two of her books. I'm getting one more at Black Romance Book Fest. Z Renee, also going to be at Black Romance Book Fest. Shonora Williams, I'm going to be reading that probably next. I'm going to see if I can read that next. Mimi Grace is also going to be at Black Romance Book Fest. I think I'm going to take those so she can sign them. And Brittany Cherry, I still haven't gotten into those yet. And those two small ones by Nina High. Over here, I already read two other books. I need to read Aries Sky. She's also going to be at Black Romance Book Fest. And I have a couple of Danielle Allen down there, my stamp and my annotation kit. Also, I did realize that pretty much all the books that I ordered from the authors directly are signed. So there's probably, for example, let's see, the Brianne Deney books are signed. The No Ordinary book is signed. Um, there's a couple books that are signed. So whenever you order from the author directly, or if the author is running a special with like a black bookstore, there's a possibility the book might be signed. So I'm gonna take a handful of books. I don't want to take too many books to Black Romance Book Fest because I'm going to be. Anyways, guys, this is like the next day. Just got home from work, so don't mind me. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna take a handful of books, but not too many, because my goal is to take my carry-on and my check bag, and I'm bringing books back. And I'm bringing not just books back, but they're also okay. They're gonna have a bookstore. They're gonna have bookish things, so like little pop-up stores with like bookish merch. Then you have the authors. So yeah, and giveaways and welcome gifts and all type of stuff. So I want to make sure I have a ton of space, especially in my checked bag for everything that I'm getting at Black Romance Book Fest. So it's summer-ish in Atlanta, so it's gonna be hot. So I'm gonna take light things for clothes. And I'm trying to leave all the space for books. I do know they're gonna be having like shipping stations if you want to ship your books, but I don't think I'm gonna have that many books to ship because so far I need to make a list of all the books for that I ordered already, but for the most part it shouldn't be over weight. But anyways, that's it for this little reading vlog. I know I didn't do too much. I just kind of wanted to have a little bookish vlog. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm actually going to edit this like literally right now and upload it. So thank you guys for hanging with me. And I will see you guys in my April reading wrap up coming next week, Monday. So stay tuned for that to see the books that I read in April. So yeah, see you guys in the next video. Bye y'all.